1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Out there in Guitar Land, Mike Henning here, coming today with the classic old fiddle tune, 8th of January, sometimes also called the Battle of New Orleans. I did this one for banjo and mandolin a while back. I thought it'd be fun to do a guitar version as well. A classic workout in the key of D. I get a lot of questions from students of how to improve their improvisation. They want to play bluegrass, right? It's a very improvisational style of music. One of the best ways to do that is to learn fiddle tunes. Those little fragments of fiddle tune melodies are where a lot of your improvisation are going to come from, and learning to create variations on fiddle tunes is a big part of the style, and that's where you're going to really hone those improvisational skills. So don't sleep on learning fiddle tunes. Again, it can feel kind of tedious sometimes, but it's one of the best ways to learn how to improvise in bluegrass. I've got a basic A part and a basic B part, so kind of a simple version, and then we'll spice up each part with some variations so you can look at how do we create variations on these fiddle tunes. We're going to add some more hammer-on slides and pull-offs. We're going to change the rhythm a little bit to make it a little bit more exciting. I'll break down all the solos note for note that I just played at the beginning, and then we'll do some backup, right? So we just got the 3 easy chords in the key of D, but we'll do some bass runs, kind of some strumming patterns, and which strings to hit. We'll go over all that in the backup section. All right, here's a beginner version of 8th of January in the key of D. Let's start breaking it down. Here we go. All right, so let's start breaking down this basic A part to 8th of January. So actually, if we learn the first 5 measures, we have the basic A part down, so not too hard. Let's play that part so we can hear how it sounds, and then we'll break it down. Here we go. A few times. A little faster. Okay, so we're going to be kind of working out of this D shape. You're kind of thinking out of this D chord here, but we're going to play it with different fingers. I'm going to take off my ring finger of kind of like the standard D chord, and I'm going to substitute that with my middle finger, which is going to allow my pinky a little bit more movement to grab these higher notes. So that's kind of the shape I'm working out of there. And what we're going to do is we're going to start with our index finger up on the 2nd fret of the high E string, our middle finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, which is like a little D double stop, which is just playing 2 notes at once. And we're going to do kind of a mimicking a fiddle intro, sometimes called potatoes or taters, where we're just setting the rhythm. We're going to do a down, down, up, down on that double stop. Sometimes you might do it a few times. It's kind of just mimicking a fiddle bow. That kind of sound. So we're going, just to practice it, you can do it a few times. It's kind of the equivalent of like a drummer clicking their sticks to set the tempo. But we're just going to do it for 1 measure this time. So we're going to go down, down, up, down, and then play our little pickup. And then we're going to play 3rd fret on the 2nd string with a down, and then the open high E. So take your index finger off. So you have. And then our opening melody line, we're going to move our index finger back to that 2nd fret. And you can take your middle finger off if you want, just to kind of free your fingers up, but kind of keep it hovering over that 3rd fret. And we're going to play this lick. We're going to go. So kind of again, like I said, working out of that D shape, our pinky is going to go all the way up to the 5th fret. Try and keep your index finger down. We're going to go. So I'm going 2, down, and then down, and then open high E with an upstroke. And then 3rd fret on the 2nd string, back to that 2nd fret. Just like good picking practice there we have. Resist the urge to do this. I talk about this a lot in my lessons, but a very common mistake is like doing this. Don't do this. See, I'm like going, when I grab that higher note, lifting this finger up. If you have to, if your hand's really small, you can, but try and keep this finger down. We're going right back to that note. Like that, right? See how this finger's not lifting up? And then a little response lick, measure 3, we're gonna go. So we go open to open on the high E. 3rd fret, keep that finger down, upstroke. And then open 2nd string. Kind of play the phrases together. And then you go 2, 3 on the 2nd string, down, up. And then a little response lick, open, high E. And then open 2, open again. We're using those open strings a lot. 3rd fret, open 2 on the 2nd string. And then a little ending lick. We went 3, open on the 2nd string, down to the 2nd fret on the 3rd string, 4th fret, 4th string, open 4th string. That's a good lick to practice. You're doing some string changing there. Just practice that as many times as you need to. Down, up, down, up, down. So that's actually the whole A part. So then we would pick it back up. We skip the taters, right, going back around, but then we play that exact same lick starting in measure 6. You just loop it. Keeping it all picking just for this basic A part. We'll add some more hammer-ons and ornaments in the 2nd version. But just to kind of learn the basic melody, I think it's good to just do it with all picking. Don't add too many hammer-ons and pull-offs to start. It can kind of, you can lose track of the melody. And sometimes those hammer-ons can be hard to take out if you're not sure of the basic melody. Let's play it one more time. Here we go. Starting from measure 1. Let's do it real slow. Good practice like playing this lick and then getting these open strings. That'll really test like your wrist angle, right? If you're back too much like this, you're gonna start clunking on that 1st string, right? So you really have to practice that good wrist angle technique to get that all those notes to ring out. Right? You should be able to have a finger down on the 2nd string and play notes on the 1st string without it muting, right? Right? If you're back too much like this or out too much, that section's going to be tricky, so that's good practice. So I would practice, probably the trickiest part of the basic A part is measures 5 and 9, just that little. That's probably the trickiest part if you're a beginner, you're just changing strings kind of quickly there.